Putin, written by Stu Armstrong, narrated by Boris Schmelk, more than the other boys. But what he lacked in size, he made up for in ferocity. He did not cry when he was punched, did not flinch when he was outnumbered. One winter afternoon, a group of older boys surrounded him near the stairwell of his building, demanding the piece of bread he was clutching in his mittened hands. "Give it here, runt," one of them sneered. Valyoda's cold, blue eyes met his. Without warning, he lunged forward, sinking his teeth into the boy's hand. A scream tore through the courtyard as blood splattered the packed snow. The others hesitated, shocked by the sheer audacity of the attack. Valyoda took his chance and ran. That night, as he sat at the dinner table with his parents, his father studied his bruised face. "What happened?" Valyoda swallowed a mouthful of boiled potatoes before answering. "I won." His father's lip curled slightly. Good. It was a lesson that stayed with him. In Leningrad, in the Soviet Union, winning was the only thing that mattered. He was drawn to stories of spies and war heroes, men who lived in the shadows and pulled the strings of power behind the scenes. One afternoon, he and his friends sneaked into the basement of an abandoned building, their breath visible in cold air. "I heard my uncle talking," one of the boys whispered. "He says the KGB controls everything. They decide who lives and who disappears." Valyoda's ears perked up. "Disappears?" The boy hesitated. "They come in the night, Valyoda. People just vanish." Valyoda leaned in, fascinated rather than fearful. "I want to know how they do it." That night, as he lay in bed staring at the cracked ceiling, he thought of the men in suits who moved unseen through the city. He did not want to disappear. He wanted to be one who decided. One day, while walking home from school, Valyoda saw a black car with tinted windows parked near his building. Two men in dark coats stood beside it, smoking. Their posture was relaxed, but their eyes were always watching. The way they carried themselves, the way they seemed untouchable, made something stir inside him. That night, he asked his mother, "Who are the men in the black cars?" She hesitated before answering. People who don't ask questions about them live longer. He wanted to be one of them. By 16, Valyoda had a great, clear goal. While his classmates dreamed of becoming engineers or factory workers, he had set his sights on something different. He wanted to join the KGB. He watched closely how they spoke, how they lied, how they revealed themselves without knowing it. One day, he walked into a local KGB recruitment office, straightening his posture before approaching the desk. A bored-looking officer glanced up. "What do you want, boy?" Valyoda met his gaze with unwavered confidence. "To serve my country." The officer smirked. "Come back when you're older." Valyoda left without argument, but he was not discouraged. He would come back, and when he did, they would let him in. Because men like him did not ask for power. They took it.